Hello, hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Welcome back to another episode of the KimUnity Soulutions Podcast, the only podcast that turns workplace challenges into real world solutions. It is so good to be with you all today. Another week has went by and we are still at it. We are still at it. So much has been going on, and I just wanted it made me ask myself a few questions, right? Just life has, and the events of recent have made me ask myself, like, what do I think of myself? What is the cost of knowing your worth? What is the cost of knowing your worth? What do people tell you that you're great at? I mean, like, exceptionally great. Like, you get complimented on it all the time. You were probably even hired for it. What is it? Is it doing hair? Is it baseball? Is it, making macaroni and cheese? What is it that you are known for, that you are just the best? And maybe it's barbecuing. Maybe it's sewing, it's dancing. Like, when they see you, that's what they see. That's your gift. Isn't that beautiful to have a gift, to be recognized for something, to to be able to exemplify something, and it comes, easily, where other people struggle, that even if they practice, they wouldn't be as good as you in that area, right? And so they come to you and they praise you and they say, that's amazing, and I love watching you, I love eating your food, I love what you create, you're an innovator. But what happens when you start telling yourself that? What happens, and what is the difference when you start saying, hey, I'm great at this, I love this, everybody can't do this, I work in a business where everyone's hired to do this one thing, and I do this the best, I have a technique for this, I have a gift for this, I do this, it doesn't take me that long to do it. For some reason, it's okay when other people tell us what we're good at and what our gifts are and what they're amazed at. But as soon as we open our mouths and say, I'm the bomb, I did that, oh yeah, that's beautiful, then we're considered to be egotistical, to be conceited. Why is that? Has that ever happened to you? There is a cost of knowing your worth. There's a cost to it. It's like a balancing act. You can't say this, but you can't say 100% about how you feel about your work. Or some people feel like that. Sometimes they have to dim down their light. They feel like, I'll put it like that, they feel like they have to dim down their light so they won't overshadow someone else's work or someone else's, art or whatever it may be. Are you dimming down your light, or are you letting your light shine? And I guess it depends on how you were raised as well. And there's a difference between how we are raised versus once we become an adult and actually see how the world is and the world treats you and how corporate America reacts to you. I was raised to always raise my hand if I knew the answer. There wasn't a, give somebody else a chance. There wasn't a, don't be I was told to, if I know the answer, raise your hand. It's okay. Don't be ashamed of knowing the answer. So I grew up with that. And it wasn't out of competition with anybody else. It was, ooh, let me see if I have it right. I think I know it. It wasn't about anyone else. Me owning my light is not dimming anyone else's. You owning your light isn't dimming anyone else's. their insecurity ends up impacting the ones who have the light. All growing up, high school, middle school, college, I would raise my hand. I know the answer. Or let me try. It's not like I would get it right every single time. For tests, I would study for spelling bees, for all of that. I knew what I was good at, and if I wasn't good at it, I was going to be better. That was my mentality. That was my mentality. But see, when you get into corporate America or whatever space that you're in, it's frowned upon. At some point in your life, what you do great is frowned upon. Or not even, it's not even what you do great, is when you know yourself you're doing something great. There is a cost to knowing your worth. It's going to cost you, unfortunately. And what people don't understand is that you may think that you're dampening the light, or that they are dampening your position or your opportunity. They are removing it. They are taking it away. But know that what they are doing is only a setup for your greatness. Only a setup for you to be, even more loud and proud for what you are doing. Greatness can't be hidden. Light can't be hidden. It's still there. It's still there. And I was, thinking about all this, and you see it with athletes. You see whether it's track and field, or it's football, or it's boxing. Sha'Carri Richardson, I want to say, Muhammad Ali. I can't think of the male track star. And you can tell he knows. And everybody doesn't like that. They don't like that. So they try to diminish it. They try to use that against you, even though they know you're fast, even though they know you're gifted. It's something about you knowing your own worth that irritates people. And I just want to let you all know that. Let it irritate them. Being mediocre is going to cost you as well. Mediocrity won't even get you to those rooms, to those levels, to your destiny. We all need to show up. And for those of us, or those of you who are, putting stop gaps in place, putting limits on things, and classifying people as egotistical and prideful, don't let that be your distraction. We see it. We see it in your actions. We see it in your inactions. We know what the problem was. We know the issue that you're taking, that you're having. But here's the thing. We are brought up, and especially if you were raised up in a family who supported you. They encouraged you. They wanted you to be the greatest. My father would say, you are a genius. Your grandmother was a genius. It's in you. You are amazing. You are exceptional. I know that and then we're told that, and the Bible says that we're made in God's image. God is great. It doesn't get any greater than that. So if I'm in his image, right, and I don't know your religion, why can't I be great? Why can't I be working on my greatness? And of course, there's always room for improvement. But how I see myself should not prevent me from going to the next level, because you see it too. How about we raise everybody's self-awareness? How about everyone build their confidence up? There is a cost to knowing your worth. Some people aren't getting the position. Some people aren't getting the raise. Some people are being looked over. They're being skipped over. They're being boxed out on something that they both agree with. And so we all have to look at ourselves and say, what is it that I need to improve on? What is it I need to do better on? Where am I going wrong? Is there jealousy on the other side of ego? There's jealousy. Are you jealous? Do you wish your child had that same energy and positivity and self-awareness and self-belief and self-confidence? We can't put our frustrations on other people. This happens in the workplace. Someone can tell you, oh my gosh, that PowerPoint was great. I don't know how you did that. Oh my gosh, you are using AI to the next level. How did you do that? But as soon as you say, yes, I am great at this. I understand it. I know it. I can create it. I can build it. And then you say, later down the line, I want more for my talent. And now it's a problem because they don't really want to pay you for it. They don't really want you answering every question. They may not want you to always be the go-to person. They don't want your name on every single report. Maybe they say, okay, you do this. And then, before the deadline, they'll say, okay, I'll take it over from here. And now they finish it. What are we doing to each other? And more importantly, what are we doing to ourselves? We're not supposed to boast, right? We're not supposed to do that. So where is the line between boasting and confidence? So look, I looked up the word worth, right? And it says a monetary value. Value measured by its qualities or by the esteem in which it is held. Its moral or personal value, its merit, its excellence, its wealth and riches. But let's go back to the esteem part. It says value measured by its qualities or by the esteem in which it is held. So I looked up esteem and it said respect or admiration. So basically, what it's saying is your worth is now only based off of what they admire and respect, what they respect. So someone believes that even though your skills, you're gifted and all of that are to the highest, if they don't respect you, that is going to decrease your value. There is a cost to knowing your worth. It's okay for everybody else to know it. It's okay for everyone else to see it. But as soon as you start acknowledging it yourself, you start saying who you are and what you represent and what you're great at, that's when the problems arise. I wonder how many people are profiting from those who don't know their gift. That's on the other aspect of it. There's people who know their gift, and then there's people who don't know their gift, but others do. And they're the ones that end up getting taken advantage of. The extremes. What are you telling your children? What are you telling your loved ones? Are you telling them to keep it to themselves? To not do their best when they go up and do that presentation or they do that recital? Do you tell them don't do your best? Don't sing too loud. Don't hit that high note that no one else in your choir can hit. Don't do those flips in gymnastics because everyone else can't do it. Simone Biles. Do you know how much her talent cost her? There's flips that she can't even do because no one else can do it. Well, let me say that again. There's flips she's no longer allowed to do because no one else can do it. Do you not want your child or your loved ones to not display their gifts? Why do they have them? Why do they have them if you don't want them to be seen? If you don't want the world to see it? What does that tell them? How are you impacting their morale, their self-confidence? Why are they going to practice? Why are they going to rehearsal? Why do you have them going through the rigmarole if they can't come out and be themselves? The greatness that they are. And if you want your child to do it, someone else wants theirs to do it as well. How dare you tell someone else to dim their light or to punish them for it? It could be in football, the Shador Sanders situation. I don't watch football. I don't watch college and high school football. No, none of us know the ins and outs of what's going on. But it's not the first time. Regardless on what you want to pinpoint what happened was. And again, I don't know. I wasn't there. But what I do know is that as soon as you know your worth, it's going to cost you something. The good news is that whatever plot is being orchestrated, whatever depositioning or repositioning occurs because of your gift, it's going to come to light. And you will be in perfect position for something greater. It's a repositioning. It may feel like it's for your detriment. It may be painful. It may be, unfair. But in the end, it will be for your good. If it's in the workplace and you know that that position you applied for, you are more qualified than anyone else. But someone else got that position because you know the work and they know you know the work. It's happened to me. There was a vacancy for a senior accounting position that I had already been filling. I did my position and my senior's position for over 6 months, right? And that's a whole nother discussion. I know some of you say you shouldn't have been doing that. Why were you doing that? I understand that. But I did it. So I knew it. And with accounting, there's month-end closes every single month. So I knew the process, the cycles. I knew all of that. And I completed all of it. And I did it on time. And I made it more efficient. And I applied for the position when it finally came available. And I didn't get it. I did not get it. And then guess what? They hired someone from outside of the company, and then they asked me to train her because I knew the position. Who would have left right then and there? Who would have put in their notice? Who would have refused to train that incoming person? Believe me, I thought about it. But I have values. And I knew it was bigger than this. I knew that this was more of like a spiritual battle. This was something else that I had to fight. And I could have chosen to leave, but that wouldn't have resolved anything. That means the problem is still there even when I leave. You have to think about it as if your child or someone from your family is coming behind you. Why would you want to leave that mess for someone else? No, I stayed there. I did train her. Was I happy about it? No. Did my husband have to hear it? Yes. But I did it. And I didn't show any animosity or anything to her. And what happened was she started questioning. You see, you don't have to open your mouth and talk about everything. The truth will unfold. It will be revealed. I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to say that, I applied for the position and didn't get it. I didn't have to say that. I'm training her. And she knows that now she's able to go to these meetings and have all the answers. And now everybody's asking her, how do you know all this? You just got here. And she had to come back and say, I don't understand why you didn't get this position. Now you have somebody new coming in this organization and they're questioning how leadership is moving. She's not questioning me. She's questioning leadership. She's questioning the mission and the values of the organization, not me. She sees that something's not right. And so what happens when you see that and you feel that, and then you start thinking, is this place for me? Should I be here? Well, how am I going to move up? How are they going to treat me? And she would ask me questions and I wouldn't give all the information. So yeah, I applied, but I didn't get it. Well, why didn't you get out? You'll have to go ask the manager. You'll have to ask the manager that. We have to be careful of when we are denied something or when something we believe occurs that is unjust, not to just start spewing information. Stop spewing our feelings and our emotions and cussing out everybody and just moving, leaving. Not every situation that is uncomfortable and unfair, you should have to leave. Sometimes you have to stay and fight. Sometimes you have to stay and pray. Sometimes you have to stay and get your plan together. And so what happened was she didn't stay long. Because once you get to a certain stage in your life, in your career, you're looking for ways to move up. And if you can't trust people on the level that you're at now, your future will not lie there. Not comfortably. What are you opening your mouth up prematurely about? What are you commenting on? What are you complaining on? And I'm not saying don't ever complain, because believe me, if you've listened to my other episodes, you know that I will stand up, I will speak out when necessary. But you have to know when. You have to know when. I eventually, after she left, I did get that position. But that whole period, it taught me things. It taught me how to challenge the status quo. It taught me how to, state my opinion and bring facts and follow the data and, push the line. how to escalate professionally. Knowing your worth will cost you. It may cost you your job. It may cost you your title. It may cost you the raise or the promotion. It may cost you financially. It may cost you emotionally, but you have to remain steadfast. When you know who you are, you're not going to shift depending on who you're in front of. You're going to remain the same. The moment you have to start catering to everyone else, you're no longer you. Stay you. Society will praise you for your confidence, but as soon as you proclaim it for yourself, you will be penalized. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stunt you. I'm curious. I would really like to know if you all have experienced this, in what fashion, in what form, or what type of industry. Because you don't have to be, a superstar or on Hollywood to be experiencing this. This happens in the classrooms. This happens to teachers. This happens to accountants. This happens to journeymen, people in factories. This happens to everyone. I encourage you all to not dim your light, to recognize and own your gift. Because if you don't, what happens when no one else comes and gives you that compliment? Where does that gift go? Because no longer are you expressing it. I am Kim, the SME. As always, I am only speaking from my experiences. I hope today that you have learned that there is a cost of knowing your worth, but don't let that deter you. Because that cost will soon be an investment, not an expense. It will be an investment into your future. It may look like a setback. It may look like a downgrade, but it's not. It's an investment in your future. That's why I'm here where I am today. And that's probably where, if you really look back over all that you've gone through, that's probably why you are where you are now, in your height, in your new role, in your new business, in your new promotion, because you know your gift. Don't let anyone dim it. Again, I'm your host, Kim the SME. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Until next week, be blessed, y'all. Bye.